What is up everyone, and we are back with another guide about Phantasy Star Online 2. Today we are talking about the risks of real money transactions or trades in Phantasy Star Online 2 and what these companies do to stay alive. Sega is spearheading this issue on those real money transactions. More than 7,000 accounts have been banned for issues relating to these transactions. Everyone knows who these sellers are. Just go to any block and you can see them spamming endlessly just to get you to buy their Meseta on their website. Don't do this as it's punishable by death of your account. Permanent bans for all buyers and all sellers. I am not promoting these companies whatsoever, I'm just giving you some information about them and how they run their business. These Meseta sellers have a few options on how they get Meseta. One is by farming manually, which some companies do. Other companies buy Meseta from players and then sell them up at a markup, and this enables the player to sell it at a loss but in mass quantities. Think of them as a supplier. Then the seller sells it to other players to get some profit. So they are pretty much the middleman. Then there's a third way which affects you Meseta buyers directly. They steal credit cards from people who buy Meseta from them using their website. And from there, they use your stolen credit card and buy a lot of AC. So that's what they do. When you buy Meseta from those people, those companies, they use your stolen credit card, then they use that to buy a lot of AC onto their accounts. Then those Meseta sellers buy a bunch of AC scratch tickets, and with all of those AC tickets, they sell them on the market and get millions of Meseta. And that's why in the player market you see people with multiple stacks of certain AC items, and when you go to their personal shop they have hundreds of AC items. There is no penalty to these Meseta sellers because they are using your stolen credit card. When the victim has a stolen credit card and they report it as stolen, it's already too late, the deed is done. Then you have your credit card cancelled, and a week or two later, you have one issued and delivered to your house. All of this hassle is because you decided to buy Meseta from these sellers, so don't do it. On top of all of this, if they didn't even steal your credit cards and farm manually, they will still be ahead. They will still profit from hiring other workers from their country to manually farm Meseta. This is because of the currency exchange rate. For example, in the US, $1 is equal to 6.76 Chinese yuan. And on average, these Chinese Meseta farmers get around 40 to 200 USD per month working. And for some of them, they work for free as long as they have somewhere to live. So those of you who think the profit might not be much using the US ratios, it's extremely profitable for Chinese Meseta or gold farmers. Meseta and gold farmers are rampant throughout most of games in the United States because of this currency exchange. On top of that, a lot of American people rather just give money to buy things they want rather than work hard in the game. But it's really easy to get a lot of Meseta in the game. I made a video 40 million Meseta per week, and that's more than enough to buy what you want on top of my other guide, which is 15 million Meseta per day. You can literally make an endless supply of Meseta for you by having multiple characters and multiple accounts at level 50. If you don't have money for multiple characters, then you are at the right channel. I also make money making guides for investing in the stock market, and I just made a video on how to get premium for free, which equates to about $15 per month, all for the low cost of nothing. So for those of you who want to buy Meseta, I highly recommend you don't do that because you can become a victim of getting your account banned and even worse, your credit card stolen. And if not checked out, this could greatly affect your credit score. Your credit score is key to buy a house and key to retiring early, and that's a whole nother video about real estate investing, so I'm not going to get into that. But one bad demerit or mark on your credit score can last up to 7 years on your account, which affects your ability to buy a car, to buy a house, and in some cases get a job and a place to live. So imagine you just wanted to buy 10 million Meseta from these companies, and then your credit card got stolen. Then they used your credit card and you maxed it out, and you didn't know about it. Then you went to your credit card statement and saw that you owe so much money and you can't pay it back. Then on top of that, your credit score gets hit and you're screwed for the next 7 years. You can't even buy a house, you can't buy a car, nothing, all because you wanted to buy that 10 million Meseta. Or you can just watch my videos and make 10 million Meseta within a week. So if you really do need that Meseta, then follow my multiple Meseta making guides and subscribe for more videos to come about Meseta making guides and more passive income videos. If I still haven't convinced you and you still want to buy Meseta, then do what you want, it's your life. However, I urge you not to and just play the game as intended. Remember, it's a supply and demand relation. The more people buy Meseta from these companies, the more demand there's going to be. The more demand there is, the more Meseta farmers will farm and invade the game. So if less people buy, there's going to be less demand, which will lower the amount of Meseta farmers in Phantasy Star Online 2. And that's it for this video. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank you all for tuning in and listening, and until next time.